Hello, cruisers. Trent here, and today I welcome you to cruise along with me. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the 3 don'ts if you're a cruise ship worker and you want to keep your job. So let's start this with the first major thing you should never do if you're a cruise ship worker. Sleep with a guest or hang out with a guest outside the ship. If you have sex with a guest, you are going to be fired. If you are hanging out with a guest off the ship, and it gets out that you were hanging out with them, whether it be just as friends or any reason, you are going to get fired. Now, if you are not working, and let's say you're going to the guest bar, you just had a long shift and you're just there and guests approach you, they sit down and they start talking to you, you're allowed to talk with them. You have to be polite to guests at all times, but in that situation, I highly recommend that in the most polite way possible, you finish up that conversation and go somewhere else. It just is not a good look for you. Of course, you should not just get up and tell the guest, hey, I cannot talk to you. Have a discussion with them, connect with them, talk with them, but remove yourself from that situation in a very appropriate way. It never looks good for a cruise ship worker to really get close with a guest. There's legal reasons, there's all these things they can say that you said this. It's just really risky for your job. So do not do that. I have known a lot of people who have been fired for sleeping with a guest. Guests are, of course, going to try to give you their number. They're going to try to flirt with you. It happens a lot. Don't be stupid. I've known crew members that try to sneak guests down to their room. There's cameras everywhere. There's security watching those cameras 24/7. If you think you're being sneaky, you're not. The only people that should be going into the guest room are the room stewards and housekeepers. There's really no other reason that someone else should be going into their rooms. It just causes a lot of problems for you. Again, stay away from that. Next, it's going to be missing a shift, missing the boat, stuff like that. Now, missing a shift, whether it be a safety training or just a shift itself, is most likely not going to be an automatic termination. For that one, it will most likely be a write-up. It could be a final written warning, depending on how your record looks, and just that. I know I've got written up before for, I was dumb. I've gotten written up twice. One time is because I missed safety training. I went on a tour, and then I found out that I had safety training that day. And, if you miss a safety training, they're not going to make you feel guilty about it. It's just their policy that's going to write you up. That write-up is most likely not going to stop you from transferring to a different department or being really looked bad, because people get those write-ups all the time. Safety trainings are being constantly looked at, and they're constantly updated. So everyone usually misses one here and there. Just after you miss one, I guarantee you'll never miss another one. I missed that first one, and I started checking that safety board at least 3 times a day looking for my name. Next, missing a shift. That one is going to affect your record a little bit more. That will go on your performance review. So when you have your monthly evaluation, you will be in major trouble for that. I have never missed a shift, but that will get you a write-up, and that will most likely is going to hurt you from getting promoted, from maybe even coming back to the ship. It's just going to look really bad on you, so do not miss a shift. I've seen people miss a shift for a reason like this. This is going to kind of lead into my next point, but I won't say that yet. But let's say they went to crew bar, or they got off the ship and they just got hammered. They made it through the security, but they know that if they go up to work, people are going to find out that they're drunk. And if you get fired for being drunk, being above that 0.04 level, you are going to lose your MMC, you're going to lose your credentials, and you're going to be fired on the spot. So those crew members decided, hey, I'm just going to sleep in and miss my shift. I'll just take that write-up. Now, the person that I know who has done this, if you miss a shift, you are going to be searched everywhere for. Surveillance is going to be looking for you. They're going to try to find out where you were. This person that I know, they weren't in their room. They were in their boyfriend's room, and it took security about 5-6 hours to find them, and they got that write-up, but they were in major trouble. Staff captain hated them just because they didn't know if they were okay. They didn't know if they fell off the ship. So yeah, usually you can't really call and be like, hey, I'm going to miss this shift today, I'm not feeling good. Because if you're saying that you're not feeling good, they're going to send you to medical, they're going to breathalyze you. So really the only way you can miss a shift is to do it by not telling anyone, because otherwise you're going to be in even more trouble. Next, this is the third and final point: drinking. People get fired every single day for drinking. If you get fired for drinking, you get kicked off the ship immediately, and you have to find your way home. Now, security's not actively looking to fire you. I'm going to be completely honest. On my ship, if they breathalyzed every single person that came back on the ship that was a crew member, or breathalyzed every single person that was leaving crew bar, my ship would not be able to operate. So the only time you're going to be breathalyzed if you're under suspicion for being a heavy drinker, or if you are making a fool of yourself. I know someone one night who got PAX access, and what PAX access is you shine this little list and you're able to go up and enjoy the guest bars and be in the guest areas. Well, they got hammered in a guest area to a point that where they were like yelling at other crew members, being like, "Hey, come on over here, get over here, I want to talk," and made such kind of a commotion about themselves that they got fired and they had to get breathalyzed. So whether you be in crew bar or get off the ship, you're not supposed to drink within 4 hours of your shift, so keep that in mind. But stay below that 0.04 level. I recommend getting a breathalyzer, being able to test yourself so you know when it's okay to come back. I know a lot of crew members sleep on the beach or just stay out really late. And the reason they do that is they would rather be tired the next day than risk losing their job by coming back on that ship. Because the second you step foot on that ship, you're supposed to be above zero. You're supposed to be below 0.04. And the same thing goes for crew bar. Really, that's about 1 drink an hour. Crew members, though, are chugging down those drinks, but they're being responsible because they're not making a fool of themselves. They're not causing a commotion. They're kind of staying in their lane. But again, that is the worst way you can be fired from the cruise ship, and the biggest don't. Because, again, that is the one thing that if you get fired for drinking, you're never going to work on another ship. No ship wants someone that was fired for drinking. You lose your MMC credentials, which on a background check, that comes back and that hurts you. So being fired for drinking is really going to bite you in the ass. Do not do it. Again, that is the biggest don't. But let's go through it. Don't number 1 is missing safety training. Don't number 2, fraternizing with guests. And or by fraternizing, sleeping with guests. Don't sleep with guests. And don't number 3 is drinking. Now, honorable mention, because this one really does not happen very often, is fight. If someone comes up, let's say a crew member is having a problem with you, that you start yelling at each other, that's not going to get you fired. You're most likely going to be pulled in, and you're both going to get a slap on the wrist. But the second someone throws a punch, that person is fired. If you retaliate, let's say someone comes up to you and punches you in the face, if you hit them back, you are fired. That is a 0 tolerance. You are not allowed to lay a hand on another crew member. Even if they hit you first, they expect you to either run away or defend yourself. Because if the cameras or a witness sees you lay a hand on someone, you are fired. But cruisers, if you have any questions about any of this, the 3 don'ts, ask me below in the comments. But I hope you like this video. I hope you subscribe to this channel. And finally, I know you know what I'm going to say. Have a cruise-tastic day. See you later, cruisers.
Please subscribe to my channel. It will make me feel really special.